Another one that comes to me is Hakuin's famous one hand. It's phrased and translated lots of different ways, but you know the sound that two hands make when they clap together? What is the sound of one hand? What is the sound of the one hand? It is. In that way, in the silence, that life is just always presenting itself, giving itself to us. Incredibly generous. It's just autumn leaves outside and snow and the green of the shingles on the house and the squirrel coming back up the branch. Just the incredible generosity of the universe. Notice before you get into that mind that goes, I don't have enough of X, Y, Z, or I have too much of this other thing. Just this is incredibly generous. And if you're here today, right now, you have experienced that. If there's anyone who's in denial about that, something, you have had that experience of the great silence at the beginning, and that has had some part in bringing you here. If you thought, oh, maybe this meditation thing has something to do with that. Some of you are very clear about it. You tasted the silence at the beginning, but incredible. It makes me think too about the a few weeks ago, John Tarrant and Tess Beasley did the yearly story of the Buddha retreat, before the end of the year, and which was wonderful. And one of the turning points in the story is that the Buddha is struggling along, and he's doing all these ascetic practices. He's starving himself and meditating on hot coals and on his head, and not watching Netflix for weeks at a time. And then he has this memory of being a young boy sitting under a tree during a harvest festival. And he's kind of away from the action, and the feeling that comes back to him out of that memory is just this sense of ease, that nothing is needed, nothing is missing, nothing is extra. It's just things as they are enough. I thought, oh, maybe there's something to that. And so you notice you've had experiences like that too. Might be having one right now. So it doesn't have to be meeting the silence at the beginning, doesn't have to be some huge mind exploding experience. It could be something incredibly simple. It could just happen in just a flash. The first time you notice that the leaves are turning in autumn, or the first time you look out the window and you see the first flakes of snow in winter, or when the sun comes out of the clouds after weeks of rain or something. Or it's kind of great. I live sort of in the downtown area, and so occasionally we get people's car alarms and stuff. And before I have the idea that, oh God, this person should, who is doing that? Is somebody trying to steal a car? I wish they'd get rid of those things in cars, blah, blah, blah. Before all that happens, the first, it's there, right? The great silence at the beginning is in the first honk of the car alarm. It's actually in all of the honks, but then I get all worked up and start covering it up with things.